all weekend, we were all wondering how this dynamic was going to work out between Westbrook and Durant. During the practices on Saturday morning, because that's what I wanted to see, because now when you play each other, you don't have to give the opposing players dap. You don't have to talk during the game. And we saw the last time they played at half court when Russell was saying, I'm coming, and they were jawing at one another. That's why I wanted to see the Saturday practice, because now you're on the bus together in close confounds. Now you're in the locker room. Now you've got to be close to one another. And they avoided one another. They made it even more uncomfortable watching during the practice. So when that spectacular play happened, it's like it all came together. Can we all just hold hands and sing Kumbaya? Because it's over. It's over. Let it go. Whatever beef you had, let it go.
It's not over.
It's not over, I know.
You know why it's not over? Because
it's not.
I don't think Durant's done enough to say to Westbrook, look, I'm my bad. Like, you get the further away from it, the harder it is to go back to it and just say, look, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I left you. I'm sorry I didn't tell you, but I went. I wanted to win a championship. This is where I think I've got a better chance. I'm sorry. But that's not going to happen.
I will say this. Time heals all wounds, and I think 2, 3, 4 years down the road, because the problem is Golden State's going to continue to beat the crap out of OKC, and that will keep the wounds very fresh.
Yes.
That's why it will happen no time soon. Maybe 5 or 6 years down the road, when both guys are removed possibly from their existing teams, they can repair the relationship. But even after that, you remember when the play happened in the timeout, and then they all went to the bench? Remember when they were jumping up and giving high fives? We looked at the tape, and we thought, maybe they gave each other a high five. I don't think they did give each other a high five. I thought that was, Boogie. No, so they still didn't really acknowledge one another. It looked and were given the appearance that it was okay. But I agree with you 100%. It's still not over, just for the simple fact, for 3 to 4 times a year when they've got to face one another, and with the weaponry that Golden State has, the beatdown is always going to be there, and that's why it's going to be fresh. Like, you left us for these dudes, and we had them down 3-1. That's what stings for Russell. It stings him to his core. Like, we had these dudes 3-1. Why are you going to join them?
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.